Hello and welcome back to the RTM Pro tutorial series. Today we talk about something critical, and that is a customer complaint. But I promise you it's never been that easy to follow up on such a complaint in RTM. That's just within 3 steps. The first step is you identify your part. And we do this by just scanning that part in, and the part number will now show here in the serial field. You can just connect the USB scanner to do so. Then we click the search button, and RTM will automatically do all the traceability for us. It will look throughout all the database. Imagine this part ran through your line 3 years ago. If it's in your data, RTM will show it to you. There's no filter that will hold it back to do so. Then we see here all the stations, and these stations are basically the tables representing the stations within your line. And we have all the variables here in one view. So you want to know what's the screw 1 angle of this particular part? That's the value to look for. Also, when we look at station 1, for example, we see that this particular part ran twice. So we see the values of the first run, we see the values of the second run, and we see when it was in that station having a 0 yield. That means a recheck in the first run, and a 1 means it passed on the second run, and then ran through all the station, obviously, because all of those are black. If it would be missing in a station, it would show as gray, so you know that there is no data available in this particular table. Then we go into time traceability. We look into a time frame visualization, and RTM will directly show us when it was at which station and for how long. First of all, we see here all the stations, also here in the table form, of course, with check-in and check-out dates. We see in the boxes here on when this part was processed. That means check-in to check-out time, and we have the changeover time, so the transport time of that part into this next station, or in that case the same station, and the runtime after that. So that gives you full traceability on your parts, and your customer will have a peace of mind that you are fully aware on what are the variables or what are the measurement values on your parts. Now we go a little bit deeper, and that is we want to understand what makes this part special. So we want to know, where did this part come out of all the other parts running on that same day. So I run a special event search, and I select here day 1, so 24 hours of time, and RTM will now take all the values of all the parts that ran within 1 day of this part being produced, so half a day backwards, half a day forward, and it will automatically generate a normal distribution of all your measurement values, and then see where your part is coming out of this distribution. And everything that shows up is here in your table view visible. That means everything else is not interesting for you, and that's the key message here. You always have a finite number of suspects where your part might be different. If it's not in this suspect list, it's not existing. Now we have here ranked by significance. That means 1 is very high, and lower significance will be lower values. We see here that this value in station 1 had a particularly high AC current. We see that there was a yield fail in the station 1, again something we already saw before, and we also see something new, and that is this part was different in the peripheral cooling power in the end of line station. We can of course dig one step deeper. We just double click on these results here, and we directly see the run chart of this value where I clicked that, and the suspect part marked in red. Let's do it for another one. For example, here in the end of line, let's zoom a bit in to understand on where this part is, and we see it's on the upper corner of that distribution on this cooling watt or cooling power. So this concludes a full, let's say, traceability as well as special event search, or a full history of your part, including where your part is different from the rest of the parts produced within that day, week, or whatever time frame I choose. So this is clearly a peace of mind for you and your quality engineer to have full traceability throughout the whole process and directly have the possibility to dig deeper into those stations and those processes where your part became a suspect part. And we will look more into those kind of analysis in the next tutorials. I look forward to see you there.